Think about it. Hello?
How many do you want? Whoa! Oh, fuck! Chandler!
You sure it's not the AC again?
Oh my god! Oh my!
Tonight, we're exposing how a remote Appalachian encounter can instantly turn into a fight for survival. You'll witness the exact moment a hiker vanishes into a mountain trance, and hear the chilling screams rattling an abandoned chapel door. Don't go alone. On May 2nd, 2026, Luke from the YouTube channel Dead Appalachia hiked toward Worley's Cave in Tennessee. He was searching for crawlers, strange humanoid creatures said to hide inside the miles of limestone veins beneath the ground. Tennessee is known for having one of the largest cave systems in the world, with sinkholes and hidden openings that can make the land dangerous for hikers.
Howdy critters, you see this dark, dank? We're gonna go in there and we're probably gonna get our eyeballs sucked out of our heads. Humanoid creature, or that's what people say is gonna happen.
They will tell you that something terrifying lurks deep below the Appalachian Mountains. You see, Appalachia, specifically my home state of Tennessee, much of the ground you walk on within these mountains is limestone, which is soft and easily dissolved by water. Rainwater mixes with carbon dioxide in the air before falling to the earth and hitting the limestone. This starts off as tiny cracks that grow and grow, becoming huge chasms and fissures within the crust of the earth. Meaning, it's full of random sinkholes, underground rivers, and hidden cave entrances. This is one of the reasons why folks go missing in the Appalachians, never to see the light of day again. And it gets worse.
In regions with a lot of limestone, water slowly dissolves the rock over time. This creates caves, underground rivers, deep cracks, and sinkholes that can stay hidden until someone steps too close. Luke explains that falling into one of these chasms could be fatal. A person might die from the impact, get trapped with serious injuries, or become helpless in whatever waits below. And then it gets worse. The team reaches the point of no return and begins descending into the dark underground passage. They understand that many people who enter cave systems like this need rescue, and some never make it back out at all.
In turn, we are entering the deep dark abyss underneath Appalachia.
As they move deeper, the cave walls begin closing in around them. Then something happens, a shadow darts across the path, and a strange clicking sound starts echoing through the massive stone chamber.
Right in front of us right there.
Oh, hell no, bro.
You keep going forward a little bit. I'm gonna wait right here.
Okay.
God, dude, look how big it is. You hear that?
I heard something. It's people or something.
Soon after, they find a vertical chasm dropping about 50 feet into a pool of black water. In the thick silence, muffled voices seem to drift through the stone, even though the team appears to be completely alone.
Yeah, you're right. It's like a chasm, dude. It drops down like 40 feet. Is there any way you can get my big light down in here?
I can bring it down there too.
Yeah, here. I can't really go out this way because I'll start sliding down this. But yeah, you're right. It's like 40 or a 50-foot drop chasm right here.
Down in just a pool of water that we don't know about.
Oh, there absolutely is, dude. Who knows what's down there? All right, well, I can't get down there without killing myself. So I'm going to head back up. What's going on?
Lay back in this hole.
Oh, you're right. That's weird.
Luke and his friends then squeeze into a tight crawl space to provoke the spirits in the silence. Inside the narrow passage, Luke suddenly freezes when he feels something cold and thin brush against his hair.
All right, yeah, this is some horse shit, dude. What we're doing here. All right, let's do it. It's about to get old bad dad. Oh, my elbows. Where's this lead exactly? Oh, it just keeps going. We're all gonna get in here to where we can all be like in a circle in this super tight space, and then we'll do the investigation. Oh, God.
By sunrise, they finally emerge from the cave, still hearing the sound of water sloshing somewhere behind them. Luke warns his viewers that even if they never clearly saw the crawlers, that does not mean nothing was there.
Maybe there are crawlers in that cave, but they're just afraid of people in big groups. People do come to that cave just to, cave. It is pretty popular sometimes. I don't know, but that was a super fun adventure, and I want to give a shout out.
Maybe the sounds were only water, echoes, or the strange way caves carry noise through stone. But inside a dark cave, where every sound feels close and every shadow has nowhere to go, would you keep crawling forward? Jasko and Chandler went deep into the Appalachian Mountains to test the rules people say you should never break. But when a whistle answered from the dark, the forest no longer felt empty. On May 21st, 2026, YouTuber Jasko and his friend Chandler trekked deep into the Appalachian Mountains to break every rule of the wilderness. They set up a primitive camp miles from civilization, knowing that if something happened out there, no one would hear them scream. As they built their base, the woods already felt heavy. Jasko spoke about the local legends tied to the mountains, feral people living deep in the wilderness, and mimics said to use stolen voices to lure hikers away from the trail.
Tonight, we are in the Appalachian Mountains, and this is our campsite. We're going to be pushing the limits of this terrifying location. For example, if you hear a whistle, don't whistle back. If you hear a voice, no you didn't. Do not go off the main trail late at night, and so much more in these mountains. People believe that there are people living deep in these mountains. They call them the feral people. People also believe that there are cryptids out here, wendigos. We're going to be going deep, deep into the mountains to see what we can uncover.
That is why many hikers say you should never answer strange sounds in the woods. They began with the candle challenge, walking into the darkness with only a single flame. The forest around them grew unnaturally quiet. Then their devices gave one chilling command: leave. That was when things shifted.
It's like The Grudge.
I hate The Grudge.
Oh my
Terrifying little thing. Okay, so Spirit Devil is the last thing I said, and it just didn't say anything else. So let's fire up Necrophonic.
Yep. Man, yeah, this is kind of terrifying. I can't see anything. Guys, it's so dark out here. This is what I'm looking at.
If there's anyone here that wants to communicate with us, please come forward and use your energy into my device right here. My name is Jasko.
I'm Chandler.
Here we go. Is there anyone around us right now? I'm the only one.
Are you nice?
Who just said snake? Venom? No, stop it.
Oh,
Don't do that to me.
what are we doing?
Are you sure there's a snake around us?
Chandler whistled into the dark, and from somewhere deep in the ridges, something whistled back almost immediately. A raspy voice then seemed to suggest that someone named Laura was watching them from the branches. For the final trial,
How many do you want?
Whoa! Okay, so that's behind us, Chandler?
Yeah. That was probably enough, huh?
I think so. Actually, here. I think you're right. It was enough, but I'm a glutton for punishment.
What do you mean?
Aztec Death Whistle.
No.
I know you guys hate when I use this thing, so I'm gonna go take a couple steps over here.
I'm putting in earplugs.
Right? It just said Laura is speaking.
Laura is speaking. Oh boy. Jeez.
That was so scary.
You feel proud of yourself, buddy?
No, I was so scared. I was so scared. Okay, mic's back on.
Good, good, good.
Chandler tied Jasko to a tree and left him alone in the pouring rain. As Jasko sat there, unable to move, the spirit box began producing words about graves and broken rituals.
Damn, my hands are like low-key starting to hurt. It's hard to hear with the rain coming down so hard now. Is there anyone behind me down this trail? Me? That was a whistle. That was a whistle. Here. Who's here? Ethan, Haley.
Then footsteps started crunching through the leaves behind him. A human-like whistle moved through the trees, circling his position while he remained tied down and helpless.
Am I safe to be here tonight? Ah, these fucking bugs. Can you prove to me that you're here? Wait, okay, I'm waiting. There's the fucking whistle. Oh, my face is so itchy. Here, who's here? What's your name? Hell? Oh my God, my face is so itchy. Ah! Spirits, can you scratch my face? I mean, wait, no, don't do that. I'm just kidding. Don't scratch my face, I just realized what I said and that's, oh my God. So here's the thing, I could pull my hands up, but the more I pull my hands up, the more it tightens my feet. I can't. Blood? Fuck me. What the f*** was that? Hello?
After that, they retreated to their tent, but the silence did not last. A heavy thud struck the nylon walls, and from somewhere outside in the darkness, a voice clearly whispered Chandler's name.
Oh, I turn this thing on. Turn it on. And then there was light.
Bro, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's just pretty scary.
Just trees. Do you see anybody or anything?
No, luckily. Hello?
Chandler! Hey, who's out there?
Do I zip up or what do you want me to do?
Zip it up, yeah. Holy f***. Somebody literally just hit a tent.
Should we turn all the lights off or what? What do you want to do?
I don't know.
There's footsteps.
I hear him. Yep.
Maybe it was a person hiding in the forest. Maybe it was sound carrying strangely through the ridges. But when something answers your whistle, circles your camp, and says your friend's name from the dark, would you stay until morning? On October 5th, 2025, Dan Bell, creator of Dan Bell, Film It, a channel known for late-night urban exploration, found himself deep near Seneca Rocks in West Virginia. His videos often unravel forgotten motels, abandoned schools, and eerie back roads, but this night felt different. As he moved farther into Appalachia's quiet darkness, every shadow carried a weight of its own, hinting that the stillness around him might not be entirely empty.
Look at this place. Yoakum Vacationland Motel Restaurant. Here is the motel. Look at this place. I guess this was an early car phone. You could just pull up here and make your call right from your driver's seat. This place is so old. It's like a peek back into the past. Damn, it's creepy. Oh my God. Yeah, this must have been like some elementary school or middle school or something like that. Oh my goodness. Seneca Rocks Elementary School, 1955. This place.
Dan began his night by drifting through the remnants of Yoakum's vacation land, passing its fading signs and the quiet shells of old motel rooms. A little farther down the road, he found the abandoned Seneca Rocks Elementary School, its darkened windows and aging facade frozen since 1955. The stillness of these places felt heavy, as if time had stepped aside but never fully left. Something in that silence seemed to brace him for what waited deeper in the night.
Look at that place. Old barn. Jesus, that's a creepy looking place. Oh my goodness. Oh, the curtains are all torn. Looks like an old haunted house. There cannot possibly be people living in there. That is so creepy. Secretly, I want to go and see if the door's open, but I'm worried that there might still be somebody in there. I don't know if going in is a good idea. I just went to get out of the truck to go check this house out, to see if the front door is open, and a car rode by and they slowed down. I had already turned my truck off, so the lights were off. And then I sat here for 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, and the car had turned around and come back. And then I heard something over here. It sounded like something metal, like someone taking like a shovel and hitting it on concrete. Oh, there's a car coming up behind me. People, pass around. I'm gonna just pull into this Liberty station. But they'll go past. They're pulling into the Liberty station as well. It's kind of strange. There's a light in the woods. Yeah. You can see it right there. Right there. What is that light? Huh. That's not a star. What the hell is that? It's not a house. Oh God, why am I on this road? This is so creepy. I can't imagine if my engine died or I had a flat tire. I'd have to really be brave. Call AAA. If I even have... I probably don't have cell reception up here. I guess I'd have to walk back to the main road. Oh, that would be horrible. Goddamn Blair Witch House. Jesus, that's creepy looking. There's still seats. Chairs sitting on the front porch. A lot of people just die and there's no relatives, there's no kin, next of kin, so they just, their homes are just abandoned. This light, I swear to God, has been following me. I saw it about 10 miles from here, and it was... Anyway, it just seems like it's been following me, I don't know.
Later, when he slowed near a decaying roadside house, unease crept in. A passing car reduced its speed as it went by, only to return minutes later. From somewhere nearby came a metallic thud, a sound he described like a shovel hitting concrete. The tension pushed him to pull away, stopping only when he reached an old Liberty station to break the moment. But even then, the feeling that something was shifting around him didn't fully fade. Farther into the drive, Dan noticed a strange light hovering too low to belong to the sky, following his route for miles. The trail led him past a weathered cabin he half-jokingly called the Blair Witch House, its presence unsettling in the dim glow.
It's like a vintage restaurant. The napkins are still on the tables. Look at this place. Look at the child seat. This is wild. Anyone home? Looks like a shape of a human being standing back there. I think it's an alien, actually. It's an extraterrestrial waiting for me to jump the fence so it can take me up. Look at that face. Doesn't it look like an alien face? Okay, it's like moving. I'm getting out of here. I think you can see it, but across the street there's a light from that house. It's like a dim light, and it's a field over there. I don't know. Maybe somebody's having I tried to bring the brightness up all the way on the phone, but it's just not good enough.
Later, near a fenced area, he caught sight of a shape that looked almost human, or something else entirely, before realizing it was only an illusion formed by the angle of the light. The unease lingered just long enough for him to decide he had seen enough for one night. Some viewers believe the drifting lights and uneasy moments reflect how Appalachia amplifies fear, blurring instinct and imagination. If those lights truly moved with him, what might have been standing just beyond reach, watching from the dark the whole time? What would you do if your friend vanished in the woods with no cell service? For the group, that fear became real in the Appalachian Mountains. On May 21st, 2026, YouTuber Matt Batista and his friends drove deep into the Appalachian Mountains. They had purposely booked the most isolated house they could find, about an hour from civilization. With no cell service at all, the house felt wrong almost immediately. They had come there hoping to capture skinwalkers on camera, but the atmosphere inside the place felt heavy and suffocating.
If you go deep enough into the Appalachian Mountains, they say you might hear something call your name, because these mountains are known for disappearances that scientists have been unable to explain for decades. Yo! This is so spooky, bro. Yo. Purposely found the most isolated and off-the-grid house that I could find. This place is an hour away from the closest civilization, and there's absolutely no cell service when you're there. There's almost no way of getting any sort of help. And little did we know, this wouldn't be whether or not we'd hear something, but rather, how long can we survive?
During the first night, a heavy vibration shook the floors. Then came the knocking clean. Rhythmic bangs on the bedroom doors that could not be explained by the air conditioning.
And as Bragan and I went downstairs to finally go to bed, we heard a knock on our door.
I heard that.
Nick, is that you?
Nah.
This door moved. I swear to God. Now at this point, we weren't sure if we were actually hearing noises because we just drove 9 hours to this Airbnb. That doesn't need an explanation, but what does need an explanation...
Later, they visited Lake Shawnee, an abandoned amusement park built over an ancient burial ground. The keeper warned them about the creepy trail, where 3,000 spirits were said to watch from the trees.
Bodies buried beneath this place, and a lot of these people were Native Americans 3,000 years ago. We were told we're not allowed to film, and he brought us inside this room. I'm really just hoping that this is an amusement park, because this does not look too good.
This is the classic amusement park.
I don't think they have this in an amusement park. We were inside of a random shed where there was apparently blood splatter on the walls, cages, and ominous-looking medical equipment. Oh, we're on a movie set.
Yeah, I guess if you're giving birth, it could be a ride.
My name's Chris. I'm the keeper of Lake Shawnee.
Trying to capture like skinwalkers. We've heard feral people. And our goal for tonight is to actually capture some sort of paranormal activity.
I think your best bet would be the creepy trail.
The creepy trail.
But now you can go the creepy trail. I don't go the creepy trail. You will find out whenever you go the creepy trail tonight.
Are we going to hear whispering or whistling or something calling our name or anything?
Oh, you'll see. You'll feel it all tonight.
Back at the house, they challenged the silence with a Ouija board. The house seemed to answer with violent, aggressive banging from inside the vents.
Couple hours of contemplating and waiting for the sun to set, we decide it's time to use the Ouija board. You put your fingers on this little pointer and ask it questions. The pointer slowly moves around the board, spelling out answers. We would like to talk to you. We're friendly. If you have anything to say, now's your chance. 5 minutes go by and nothing really happens. Torture us.
You hear that? You hear the knot?
That I heard it. I heard the knot.
You sure it's not the AC again?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Alright, yeah, so we're leaving now.
Then Matt disappeared. He was later found wandering through the woods in a trance, saying that some kind of magnetic force had been pulling him into the darkness.
Do we know where Matt is?
Oh my God, where's Matt?
Bro, he never came with us.
I was going through my whole emotional arc here.
It was very like what the wait, what?
No, this is too good. Nah, he's gonna prank us or something. Wait, he go down creepy trail?
We have to do Matt hunt.
We do have to.
Guys, so he couldn't have gone anywhere. Did anyone see him pass my left side behind Rocky?
He didn't come up when we saw Nick.
So he has to be down this way.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God he's down creepy trail. First of all, Matt Batista, if you're hiding, I want to give you props already for hiding out here alone because that's scary. So please don't try to scare us, man.
Yo.
Oh.
Yo.
Filming on anything, bro. There's no reason for him to be back here.
Matt.
On the final night, objects flew off the dressers, and a transparent wampus cat darted across the room. By dawn, they fled.
5:30. Nico's asleep in Epstein room. Bragan is asleep beneath me. Nick is asleep down the hall. Rocky is downstairs.
Videographer here saw a cat, transparent cat, dart across the side of my vision. Maybe I'm...
In remote mountain areas, losing cell service changes everything. If someone gets hurt, lost, or panics, help may be far away. And even a simple problem can become serious fast. How long would you stay before leaving? The Grizzly Gaz channel follows its namesake host, often joined by his loyal dog Fendi, as he completes solo overnight camps and explores isolated or allegedly haunted areas across the UK. His videos blend rugged outdoor living with light paranormal investigation, using his van as a mobile base while capturing the psychological tension of being alone in the wilderness. On November 3rd, 2025, Gaz parked beside a secluded reservoir next to a forest rumored locally to be associated with witchcraft. After preparing a meal and setting up his electric blankets powered by a portable generator, he and Fendi headed into the woods to investigate the stories surrounding the area. the forest was quiet in an unnerving way. Aside from wind and Fendy's movement, there was almost no sound.
It's very, very quiet, apart from the wind and the odd aeroplane going overhead. Oh, when we get back to the van, I'll let you all know how Fendy's doing. Don't be going through them puddles, you idiot. Go on this way. I always feel like somebody's just gonna pop its head up over the wall. Annoyed out already. And there it is, the witch's den. You ready, mate? You can hear the wind just whistling through those trees. I'm sure I just saw a light or maybe some eye shine. I hope there's no cows in there. There's always cows in there. Always bloody cows. I shat my pants then, look at that. I thought there was someone stood there on edge of woods just staring at me. It's the end of a dry stone wall. Right, come on.
As they moved along the path, Gaz repeatedly found himself mistaking shadows and shapes, especially sections of a stone wall, for figures watching them. The goal was to locate the site known as the Witch's Den, and the deeper he walked into the woods, the more unsettling the environment became. Eventually, he found an opening and discovered a deteriorating structure covered in debris, which he recognized as the rumored den.
Don't like that. Oh, here it is, I think. We found it. Yeah, check it out. You see the 5-pointed star with bells on it. Hung up there. There were loads of other bells last time I were here. Well, last time I camped here anyway. Just rattling about in wind. I don't think we can get in there, mate. I can't squeeze in there anyway. I'm too fat to get in there now. Creeped out. Keep hearing stuff.
Above the entrance hung a 5-pointed star decorated with bells, rattling in the strong wind. Combined with the groaning trees, the entire area felt increasingly oppressive. While observing the site, Gaz began focusing on noises that didn't seem to match the wind. After turning off his flashlight and listening closely, he identified a distinct, heavy sound that suggested a large creature was moving nearby.
Pretty sure I saw eye shine. Right up there. On the side of that wall. It looked pretty big as well. Hold on. Where's my other torch? Alright, so it might have been whatever it was peeking round the side of that wall. It's like a T-junction there with this wall, and there's a gap between this long one here and then the one that goes along there. I ain't got any tools with me. Got no knife, got no axe, got no saw, but I've got a Fendi. Oi, Fendi, this way. Are you having a piddle? Don't worry, I'll watch your back for you. Everyone always tells me to look up, but the only reason why I'm looking up is for branches. Right, oh shit. Come on, let's get out of here. I'm sure I've just heard someone sneeze.
Concerned for his safety, he decided it was time to leave. As he prepared to exit the woods, he became convinced he had seen eye shine reflecting from a gap between two stone walls. The reflection appeared large, reinforcing his belief that something sizable was watching. With no tools for protection, he called Fendi and began moving quickly toward the edge of the forest. Just before leaving the tree line, a final, unexpected noise echoed through the woods, a sharp sound resembling a sneeze. It was unlike any animal noise he'd heard, and it left him deeply unsettled. The moment he stepped out of the forest, the atmosphere shifted immediately, and he noted how much safer he felt away from the trees. Back at the van, Gaz and Fendi were still processing the experience when a real-world problem took over. Several suspicious charges on his bank card totaling nearly $500. The potential fraud forced him to abruptly end the camp and drive out in search of cell service to freeze the account, concluding the outing in urgent frustration. Some viewers believe the eye shine and heavy movement suggest a large animal, while others point to local legends and the unsettling layout of the den as hints of something paranormal. The strange sneeze-like sound remains the hardest element to explain naturally. If Gaz had stayed longer inside the woods, would the unseen presence have revealed itself, or moved closer? The unanswered possibility leaves the encounter open to interpretation and debate. This story takes you into one of the most dangerous parts of the Appalachians, where an abandoned chapel, a lost boy's name, and screams from the trees turned one night into a nightmare. On May 21st, 2026, the Twin Paranormal crew hiked into one of the deepest and most dangerous parts of the Appalachian Mountains. Their destination was an abandoned chapel, a place tied to the story of 4 people who disappeared and were lost to the wilderness forever.
This is where we're staying. I don't think we learned from the last mistake we made.
Is this a bad idea? Still? This is not going to be good.
Yep, it's a bad idea. And this is horse poop. And this is horse poop.
Ryan, don't pick it up.
Wilderness.
Don't pick it up.
Okay.
This region of Appalachia is one of the regions where many people go missing or die every single year. Some people think that this is because of natural causes, but many others believe that there is something horribly wrong with these mountains. So whether you believe it or not, we are back in a brand new area to find out if it is real.
In the Appalachians, people can disappear quickly because the terrain is vast, uneven, and heavily wooded. A wrong turn, a hidden drop, or a sudden loss of direction can become dangerous fast, especially when daylight fades. While setting up their equipment, Ryan suddenly screamed for the others to come outside. He had heard a rough voice whispering "hey" from the brush, right as the batteries in his flashlight mysteriously died.
Guys.
What?
Holy Oh my god. Look around real quick. I just changed the batteries in this flashlight, okay? I'm trying to set this camera up to face the outside. I hear something brushing through this branch. I heard, hey.
No,
like somebody
shut
was
up.
walking.
No way.
I swear. Dude, no. Like something was trying to talk to you. We're getting everything ready. You just hear Ryan out here yelling.
Yeah, we just scrambled for cameras. Dude, that's fucked up.
Inside the church, they began to feel like they were being hunted. Their devices started producing a disturbing sequence of words. Watching, fearful, danger. Later,
Talk to us, please.
Dude.
Shut the up, dude. What do? Open it?
Hell no.
You know what's wild?
Something just knocked on it and it didn't go off.
Can you touch that device in front of the door?
The little red light. It won't hurt you.
Prove that you understand us.
It honestly scared me so bad I'm thirsty.
I still hear what sounds like something below us. Did you guys feel the vibe between up here and down there? Yeah, down below us, under there for some reason, felt weird.
Whoa.
Think about it.
What the f? Hello? Talk to us.
No.
Watching!
Oh shit, dude, you just got done saying that you're supposed to cover the windows.
Can you see us?
Watching fearful. Are you below us? Or can you see us through these windows? Danger. Watching, fearful, danger. Are you saying we're in danger?
Watching, fearful, danger.
Oh my god, in a new section of the...
I just heard a fucking voice. I heard a voice.
The team moved into a new section and went back into the trees. A whistle cut through the silence. Then Ryan froze when he saw what looked like bare human feet running through the thick brush.
You up?
We hear you. We can't see you though. We can hear you, we think.
Like Stranger Things.
Or the creature.
Is this a portal?
Find the truth. Find the truth. Somebody's trying to tell us that there is something that we're missing. There is something. The reason why there's so many people going missing is because what if there is another dimension?
Someone was screaming again. I swear I heard it.
You haven't got it on audio.
It sounded like either a small, like a kid voice or like a female.
What is actually out here? What is hunting us down? Other side. How do we find the other side? Figure. Is there something that brings you there and hurts you? Hand.
Figure. Right arm.
If my ankle truly just got grabbed...
That was when they uncovered the story of Dennis Martin, a boy who vanished in 1969. Just as that name came up, a voice through the static seemed to say, I took him Martin in 1969.
In 1969, a 6-year-old boy named Dennis Martin vanished in the Great Smoky Mountains. He was playing a simple hiding game and then disappeared within seconds. One of the biggest at the time, never found. Martin! What the f?
Oh my god.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, listen to this. You said Martin? Dennis Martin.
Yeah.
There's a 6-year-old boy that went missing in the Appalachian Mountains. I just read that, and that device just said Martin.
Look at my arm, bro.
This is insane.
I'm like so chilled up.
Holy sh**.
No way.
Oh my god, this is really sad.
No way. How did he go missing? Something's here, Brent. Like something. Something is here.
Did you just feel that?
6-year-old Dennis Martin disappeared in the Great Smoky Mountains while playing a simple hiding game. A massive search followed, one of the biggest of its time. But he was never found. The final hours became a nightmare of complete darkness. They sat frozen inside the chapel, listening as something rattled the door latch and screamed from the trees until sunrise. Maybe the voices...
Guys. There's talking right outside of the door. The door's right there. We have 3 hours. 3 hours till the sun comes out. And then what? Run to the car? How are we going to film the end? I don't know. Just figure it out then.
Whistles and movement in the brush were caused by people, animals, or fear building in the dark. But when a place already has a history of disappearances, every sound feels heavier. If you were inside that chapel, would you stay quiet until morning? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.